have got a wild story to tell you guys today. I feel like I haven't updated my dating fiasco for a very long time, and I have an update. It was a little bit wild. I went to a singles event. You know, I'm trying different things. There were some really nice people. There were some really weird people, and I'm going to tell you all about it today. I'm really glad I went. It was a really good event. It was just crazy. I'm in my onesie today. It's a little bit of a chill video. It's a little bit of a, I've been working so hard this week. It is officially Friday. I'm going out for lunch with my friend today, so it's going to be a little bit more of a chill one, and I'm gonna tell you all about it. But just before we jump into this video, if you have not already, definitely like and subscribe if you want to hear more dating crazy stories. I do update my dating life quite a lot, and I've gone up and down with dating. I do a lot of get ready with me's, project pans, bright, fun, colourful makeup. Today I'll probably go a little bit more neutral. Like I said, I'm having lunch with a friend. I like to kind of tone it down a little bit when I go out for lunch. I don't even know where to start. I probably won't talk about all the products that I'm going to use today, just because I want to get in the swing of the story, but I will link everything down below if you were interested. Yeah, it's gonna be a banger today. I'm gonna clip my hair back. I feel like I haven't done this in ages. I feel like we haven't done like a really chatty get ready with me in like so long. I've missed you guys. How are you guys? How are you doing? Let me know down in the comments. I hope everyone's well. If you're not well, it's okay. It gets better. You've got this. I believe in you. But let me talk about my dating. This will cheer you up again. This will cheer you up. If you're not having a good day, just stay tuned. I have been dating. I will give you a little bit of a rundown if you are new here. I've been dating a lot. I've been single since October, and I am a serial dater. Oh, guilty. Yeah, I know. I'm a serial dater. I have my coffee. I have my grapes for breakfast. Like, oh, it's a proper chill one today. Yeah. There was 1 month I went on 7 dates in 1 month. I know, oopsies, tee. I am a bit of a serial dater. I like dating. I think it's really good. I have a big issue though when it comes to dating. The reason why I'm still single is every single date, bar like 2 that I've been on, you do the apps. I'm on Hinge and Bumble. You're on the apps, and I swipe right. I thought, oh, they're cute, they're nice, I'll swipe right on them. We have like a weeks of conversation, 1 or 2 week of conversation, everything's going well. Then I see them in person and I'm instantly not attracted to them. That is what happens every single goddamn time. Every single time. So I've actually had a little bit of a break from dating apps recently. I did say a few videos ago, like I don't know when my last dating update get ready with me went live, but I kind of mentioned a while ago that I was just taking a break from dating because this happened every single time. When I say every single time, I don't really understand why. I did do a get ready with me, I remember saying like, why am I not attracted to men? Like, it was an actual issue. I was actually getting quite upset because I was like, why am I not attracted to anyone? It's actually getting a bit ridiculous. It's actually getting, like, it made me feel so bad about myself, and it made me feel so bad for going on all these dates because straight away I just know I wouldn't be attracted to them. And it's not because I was going on this date like knowing, you know, it had got to the point where I was like, I can make an educated guess what's gonna happen on this date. So that was why I was single. I don't really understand why my brain did that, because it was such a common occurrence, and it was getting me really down. And these guys, most of them were really nice guys. That's the thing. Most of these guys were kind, they were polite, they were, you know, brilliant guys. But I'm not attracted to them, no matter who they were. They were different kinds of guys. They were different types, different people from different backgrounds. I just was not attracted to any of these men. So I went off the dating apps for a bit. I thought, you know what, I can't do it anymore. It is so draining. If you've been in that cycle of dating, it can be tiring. It can take a bit of a hit on your mental health. It really, really can. And that is what started to happen with the dating apps with me. It started really annoying me. I did not like it anymore. It was not fun anymore. The reason why I dated so much, I find it fun. I do find dating quite fun, but it had just got to the point where it wasn't anymore. So I stopped using Hinge. I stopped using Bumble. I haven't been on Hinge or Bumble like properly in like months. I might have replied to like 1 or 2 messages, but I don't think I've properly like swiped in months and months and months at this point. That's the little background story of where I was when all of this happened. So one day I think I was doing like a thumbnail or something. I was lying in bed. I had the TV on. That's what I like to do when I do my thumbnails and when I do like my shorts and stuff. I like to just have the TV on, watch like a video podcast, watch, you know, some true crime, I don't know, whatever. And I was watching a Jordan Teresa video. I really love Jordan Teresa. I think she's very relatable. I think, especially in my dating era right now, I feel like me and Jordan Teresa are in the same stage of life almost. She's kind of dating. She's talking a lot about dating, the pros and the cons of dating. And that's where my brain is at right now. She makes a lot of content about men versus women, and if you've not seen Jordan Teresa, I would really recommend her. She's a London YouTuber, and I think she's really, really good. She's very chill, she's very relatable, and I've been watching her for quite a few years now. And I actually hadn't watched her videos in a very long time, but you know when like the next video just comes on, and I was just like, well, I'm busy, I'm working, so I'll go with this video. I don't know what it is, but I'll just let this video play. And it was a video and she was talking about dating. And I was like, well, yeah, can relate, girl. And she was saying how people are so sick of dating. And everything that I've just said, she was kind of saying. And I was like, girl, tell me about it. Tell me about it, girl. I know. Jordan, me and you in the room, like, yeah, I know. And then she mentioned that her friends had been on an in real life dating event called Thursdays. And I like stopped what I was doing. And I was like, sorry? Like, what? An in-person dating event? I gotta look into that. So, Jordan Teresa, you're not watching this, but you are the reason. You're the reason that all of this is about to happen. So I Googled it, and there was an event near me, literally like the week after. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it! I'm gonna peel this lid a little bit more because I feel like all that coffee is gonna go on my nose. And I've just done my foundation. So, this is actually my new addiction. It's the Aldi coffees, the red ones. I don't know what they put in here, but I'm like, and they're like 50p. So I'm like loving life. But anyway, Thursday's event. There was one in my area. Not really in my area because I do live in the middle of absolutely nowhere. I live in a very small farming town. But there was one like an hour train away. So I thought, you know what? I'm so sick of these dating apps, and I already know what's going to happen when I go on these dating apps. I'm going to talk to the guy, like I said, I'm going to meet him in person, and I'm not going to be attracted to him. So why don't I meet someone in person on this dating event? Because then I can see the person in front of me, and I can decide whether I find them attractive in like the first split second. And I thought, oh my god, this is what I need. This is what I need. So, I booked my hotel. If you're a channel member, wait, my channel members had some inside goss about all of this when this was first happening. So I booked my hotel. As I said, channel members, wait. I booked the tickets. It was only like £10 per ticket. So I was like, yeah, great, I'm going to do it. The morning of comes round. And you know when you get this like niggling feeling? You just can't explain it. It's just this like niggling, weird feeling that you should check something. I hadn't really researched the hotel that I was staying at, but I had seen it was 3 stars. I'd seen all the pictures and like it looked fine. The pictures were all from the inside. Yes, remember that. The pictures were all from the inside. It was 3-star. Like, I don't need luxury. I just need somewhere to stay for the night. It looked quite small, but quite fine. Like, it didn't look anything crazy. It was a shared bathroom, which I thought, you know what, that's fine. I'm only staying there one night. It's all fine. Something was in my brain being like, research that place more. So I thought, you know what, brain? I'll do it. Just for you. I looked at the street view for this place. When I say it looked like a drug's den, it had all the windows boarded up. Yeah, no sign outside, nothing. It looked awful. It looked vile. And I was like, oh no. I sent a picture to my group chat, my members group chat, and I was like, girls, what is going on? What is this? So we had a bit of a panic the morning of, and everyone was like, you need to book a new hotel now. I thought, oh my God, okay, I'm gonna look at the reviews, because I hadn't actually looked at the reviews. I know, country girl, okay, rookie mistake, country girl, please just keep that in mind. I hadn't looked at the actual reviews, I'd just seen that it was 3 stars, and I thought, yeah, 3 stars, that's fine. So I start looking at the actual reviews of this place, and most of them kind of said, oh, it's fine, but it's a bit dirty. I'm like, I can deal with that. I live in the country. Like, I can deal with that. I live in a garage. Yeah, my place gets dirty as well. I can deal with dirty. Dirty is fine. I'm staying there for one night. It's fine. So I keep scrolling, like, a little bit dirty. Okay. Then the other reviews started ringing alarm bells. One person said that some people tried to get into her room while she was asleep. And I was like, I'm sorry, what? And she was saying that it is a kind of rough spot. I don't know this city that I went to at all, but they were saying it was in a really, really dodgy part of the city. And it's kind of like a magnet for people that I don't really want to be sharing a space with, especially when I'm sleeping. You know, each to their own, but I don't really feel safe sleeping around people like that. It was like a hub for kind of like drug deals. It was a hub for like drunkards. There was a pub literally right opposite. A lot of the reviews were saying that all they could hear all night was this pub's music. It felt unsafe. A lot of people were saying they felt unsafe. One review was from a mum, and she was like, my daughter tried to stay here and she FaceTimed me when she checked in, and I told her to just get a new hotel because it wasn't safe. It wasn't worth staying. So I was like, oh, ooh, maybe I should book a new hotel. So we were going back and forth on the members group chat, and I ended up finding a hotel just outside of the city. The original hotel was non-refundable, because of course it was, so I lost like 30 quid on that, but whatever. I'd rather be safe. That was the thing I was thinking. I'd rather be safe than lying in bed that night and like waiting to be attacked, you know? So I ended up booking a travel lodge. Cheap and cheerful, like predictable, you know what you're getting with the travel lodge. And it was a little bit outside the city, so I'd have needed to get like a taxi. So my original plan at the day of, right, was to go on the train. Bear in mind, it was the hottest day of the year as well. It was about 30 degrees in the UK. And when I say UK heat is way different to everywhere else's heat. I know everyone says that all the time. It is. If you're not from the UK, you do not know. It is so thick, okay? 30 degrees, train, no air conditioning, hundreds of people on this train, sticky, horrible, disgusting. My original plan was I was gonna go with my makeup bag, I was going to go with my handbag and my backpack. I was going to go to the hotel, I was going to check in, I was going to do my makeup, I was going to freshen up, then I was going to, leave my bags in the hotel, and I was going to go for a little bit of a shopping day, and then I would go back to the hotel, change, and then go to this dating event. However, because I'm a cheapskate, I decided I don't want to get to the city, get a taxi to the hotel to drop all my stuff off, to then go back to the city, to then do some shopping, to then go back to the hotel to change and do my makeup, to go back to the city to do the event, to then go back to the hotel that night. I don't want to do that. So I decided I was going to do my makeup at home. I was going to take everything in my handbag. And I did. I packed that handbag very, very well. I had my pajamas. I had all like the medication that I need. I had everything in that one little handbag. And I did my makeup and I'm surprised it did not sweat off. So we'd sorted the hotel. We'd sorted the bags. We'd sorted everything. Everything was good to go. And I was on the train and I was going and I was so excited and so nervous. So, chapter 2. Let's go. I arrive at about 2 in the afternoon to the city, and the event is at 7:30. Obviously, I had this plan when I booked my train tickets to chill out a bit in the hotel room, but obviously I couldn't do that now. So I really felt like I was wasting time. I was sat there, I had a nice lunch, I chilled out a bit, wasting time, doing nothing. It was a bit of a boring afternoon, I think, even though I do live in such a small town and you'd think going to like a city would be, you know, exciting and this, that and the other. I lived in Liverpool for 3 years, so I'm kind of used to it. And there's nothing really that I needed. I don't really have that much money to just spend right now. I did recently lose my job, so, you know, I couldn't exactly have a shopping spree. And even if I did, I only have one handbag. I can't really go to a singles event with like shopping bag. You know what I mean? It felt really weird. So I was just mooching really all day. It was fine. It was a little bit boring, but like that's fine. And then the time arrives. 7:30. And I'm there and I'm going, oh no, what do I do? I'm on my own. I don't have anyone with me. And I'm thinking, you know what? I'm going to be big and brave. I'm going to go in. So they scan my little ticket. I go into the bar because it was like this bar thing. It was really cute. I walked in on my own and my heart sank because it was all men. It was all men, which you'd think would be a good thing. Walking into a room with like 50 men and they all just look at you when you walk in is the scariest experience ever. I'm not even joking. It was so scary. There's probably about 3 women in there at that point. And I felt seen. Not in a good way. I felt that there was eyes on me from the moment I walked in to the moment I left later that night. Eyes were on me. And it was scary. It was scary. So I should say as well, I've never even been clubbing. This wasn't a club, it was quite like a chill bar. I've never been clubbing, don't want to. Never been in a nightclub, never been in a bar past like 11 at night. You know, I'm not one of those people. I don't drink at all. I have not had 1 sip of alcohol in years. Like Christmas, I was on the 0%. Woo, wild and crazy. So this is just to kind of let you know that this scene was not my scene at all. I was so uncomfortable and it got a little bit better. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to go to the bar. I'm going to order a mocktail. You know, wild and crazy. I'm going to order a mocktail. I ordered a strawberry mocktail and then they told me they couldn't do that. And I was like, this is just setting me up for a great night. This is it. I should just take the hint. I should just leave. No, I didn't. It was fine. So I ordered a lemon mocktail. £7. It was basically just lemon juice. £7. It's a good job I didn't buy anything that day. Jesus Christ, that bankrupted me in itself. £7. And then some guys started talking to me. They were fine. It was just nice conversation. It was whatever. Nothing creepy, nothing weird, which was great for my first interaction because, like, things would not continue with that theme. Things would not continue. I'm glad that I got a nice first interaction. Anyway, so then I met some women. I thought, you know what, I'm gonna really stick to some women during my first like hour here, because I feel very uncomfortable, and I want to settle down a little bit in the environment that I'm in before I, you know, go off and start like talking to guys. So I met these two girls. They were so nice. They had been to these events before. They were a little bit older than me. And they said, you know what? Stick with us. You know, it's fine. If you need anything, come to us. And they were so nice. So shout out to those girls. Girls through and through. All the girls there were so supportive and so nice. And that's what I really wanted, and I was really thankful for, because yeah, I did feel quite alone. So those girls like invited me in, and it was really great. A few guys came round while I was in that group of girls. Then I decided to break off from that group of girls for the first time. Mistake. Mistake. I got I don't think talking is the right word. Talked at by this guy. I think I was still like in the group. I was just kind of turned around. I don't even think I'd taken a step. This guy came over. He was talking at me, and he was fine at first. You know, I wasn't really interested. You know the drill. You see someone, you're just like, oh god, here we go. He was talking at me. I was trying to give him some hints that I wasn't really interested, because I was kind of like looking around. You know, when you look around, you're like, oh, okay. He was talking to me. He was saying that he was going traveling soon, and I was like, that's great. Good for you. Love that. And he was saying that he was going to Canada. I was like, great. He said he was going to Canada for a wedding, and it was an Indian wedding, so it was going to last like a very long time. He was talking to me about Indian weddings, and he said, you know, have you ever been to an Indian wedding? I said, no, I've never been to an Indian wedding. And he turns around and he goes, well, you'll always be at ours. What? Sir, you've known me less than 10 minutes, and you've proposed marriage. He's like, yeah, you could be at our wedding. Like, we can have a big Indian wedding. I was like, no, thank you. No, thank you. I was like, no, thank you very much. So then he was like, do you want to like go and sit down somewhere? And by this point I was creeped out. I was like, you know what? I'm going to go back to my friends. I think. Like, nice knowing you. Thank you. Bye. So, yeah. I mean, if I wanted a relationship, I mean, I got what I came for, you know? I got it. After 10 minutes. So that kind of weirded me out a little bit, not gonna lie. I love the confidence, but chill out. Chill out. Maybe after 10 minutes, don't talk about our wedding. Maybe calm down a little bit. So I went back to the girls. I was like, you know what? I'm going to stay here just a little bit longer, I think. I dipped my toe in. No, thank you very much. So then we start talking as a group again. And then about an hour later, I think, you know what? My confidence is growing a little bit. I'm going to detach myself from the group again. And I had a plan. Okay, I had a plan in mind. I'd thought about it. It was a game plan. It was an army action plan. I had seen this guy that I thought was really cute. And the guys that these girls were talking to, like, I wasn't feeling it. They just weren't my type. And, you know, you kind of sit there and you're like, oh, okay, like, yeah, oh, wow, you know. There was this guy across the room and I was like, no, he's really cute. I'm going to make a beeline for him, okay? I'm just going to go across the room. And it was quite a long, thin room. I was like, right, I see him. He's sat with his mate. There's no girls around. I take about 5 steps. I get grabbed by a guy. Out of nowhere, he just grabs my arm, pulls me. Dude, like, different guy, never met this guy in my life, never spoken to him in my life, never even seen him. And this is when I kind of realised that during these events, I think a lot of men sit and wait. They pick a girl that they want us to talk to, and they sit and they wait for her to be available. And as soon as she's available, they get in there. That's the kind of vibe that I got from a lot of these people. And that's when I really realised that. I was literally walking. I had not been away from my friends for 10 seconds and this guy grabs me and drags me back the way towards my friends. I was like, I don't want to go this way. I don't want to talk to you. I want to talk to that cute guy down there. So he starts talking to me and he was like, he kind of seemed a bit drunk by this point. He kept touching my shoulder and I kept like moving my shoulder away, almost like hint, I don't want you to touch me, please. He kept grabbing my shoulder and I kept moving it away and I was like, no. So then he talks to me about my necklace. So this is my necklace. It's angel wings. I have worn this That's going to work, isn't it? I've worn this necklace every single day for 4 years. And he says like, oh, what's your necklace? I said, oh, it's angel wings. And he said, oh, is that like significant to you? I said, yeah, like a lot of people in my family have passed away. I've been quite unlucky with things like that. And I think it's important to remember these people, you know, remember the people that have raised you, remember the people that have passed. And that's why I wear these. And he looks at me and he goes, so like the devil? What? What? What do you mean the devil? No, not the devil. I went, the devil? And he went, yeah, like angel wings, like the devil, like Lucifer. I was like, you're high as a kite right now. Something's going on. Something's not right. I've just told you how like I've lost all my family and you're talking about the devil. Like what is going on? I'm no like social expert, but I don't think that's right. So he said, no, not the devil. And then he looks at me and he goes, your eyes are really pretty. And I was like, oh, thank you. And literally, I'm going to move my mic. He goes like this. Okay, jump scare alert. He goes like this. I was like, what the? I was like, whoa. He goes, are they blue or are they green? I was like, dude, please stop. You've grabbed my arm. You've started grabbing my shoulder. And now you're like, I thought you were going to kiss me. I was like, whoa, that is intense. I was like, oh, they're blue. Like, bye. I'm going to go now. I'm scared. So then I thought, you know what? This is my opportunity. I am going to beeline to the cute guy across the room. I'm going to do it. I'm just going to run. I'm going to put my head down. I'm going to commando crawl across this room to get to my destination. So I ended up... No, before that, actually, this guy... I ended up like looking at a girl who was sat quite close by and we ended up making eye contact a lot. And this like weird guy was like, oh, do you know each other? And we were like, no. And he goes, oh, you're making a lot of eye contact. And this girl went, yeah, it's a girl thing. It's a girl thing. And she like got me in her group. So girl, if you're watching, you're not watching this, but lifesaver. Thank you so much because I was scared. I was scared. So I make it across the room. I make it. I've done it. I am now talking to the cute guy and his friend. And I have officially made my destination. It was brilliant. So I started talking to his friend actually, first of all. And we had a lot in common. He went to drama school. He was traumatized and he hated it. Girl, same. Oh my god. Who knew? It's like everyone who went to drama school has the same experience. So that was good. He was talking to me about like his career, and then like all three of us start talking, and it was like a circular table, but one side was against the wall. So like we were kind of closed off to the rest of the room, which I actually appreciated after that whole experience. I wanted that closed offness. I was a little bit tired of getting grabbed. I was a little bit tired of being harassed. Not harassed, but you know what I mean. Like it was a little bit daunting, especially for my first ever event. So yeah, I speak to these guys. They're really nice. Both of them are. I won't go into obviously their personal details, but I was talking to them for like hours and hours and hours and hours, and it was such a nice change from that. It was such a nice change from whatever the hell that was. Let me just say that. It was really, really lovely. And I actually liked this guy. Cling on for dear life, Caitlin. Cling on. Cling on for dear life, because I don't find anyone attractive ever. But there were still really random events, and this is what like I think backs up, you know, the theory I said before about I think men sat and waited for the woman that they wanted to be available, because I was talking to these two guys for like hours and hours and hours. And this guy walks over, just butts into our conversation and was like, what's going on here? Like, what's going on? Like, we're doing something wrong. And we were like, what? Like, we're just talking. What do you mean, what's going on? And he's like, yeah, there's like one girl and there's two guys. Like, what's going on? And we were like, what do you mean? Like, what do you mean? What do you mean? And he just seemed quite offended that I was talking to those guys and not, like, mingling with everyone else. Dude, it's because I'm scared. It's because I'm scared. And I actually find this guy attractive. So, like, goodbye. And he seemed, like, really agitated and really annoyed that I wasn't, like, mingling with other people. And I feel like he was, like, waiting for me to be available and then just lost patience or something like that, because he was not happy. He was not a happy bunny, let's say that. Then there was another guy who butted into our conversation. This wasn't, like, too bad. He came up to me and he said, like, oh, I'm leaving soon, but I think you're really pretty, so can I get your... This is what he said. He said, can I get your Instagram? Sir, how old are you? No. You can have my WhatsApp. You are not having my Instagram. That's a massive ick that I have discovered. Can I have your Snapchat or your Instagram? No. You can have my phone number because we are adults. Yeah? Yeah, that sounds good. Okay, so I gave it... He was not my type at all, but I just kind of... You know when you just want someone to go away? So you're like, yeah, here, have my number. Go away. I'm having a conversation. So he still hasn't texted me. He still hasn't texted me. Wow. I wasn't that beautiful then, was I? No, I don't really care. He wasn't really my type anyway, so you can go on not texting me. Then, oh, the girl that I was with before came up and she was like, hi, like, how are you? Like, do you feel safe? Are you having a good time? Are they treating you well? Are they like, and I was like, oh, you're so sweet. Like, thank you so much. And they were really like looking out for me. And then when she left, she was like, right, I'm going now. Are you okay? You're feeling safe. You're okay. I was like, yes, thank you so much. Like, I feel good. So that was so sweet. That, like, I think because I don't go out, I don't really see this, like, women supporting women in that aspect of things. I don't really see that, like, sistership, you know, because I am quite an isolated person. And I obviously have, like, female friends and things like that, but we don't put ourselves in situations where we would, like, need that. We, like, sit and watch movies. And no, like, you know, when I'm watching a movie, my friend doesn't turn to me and is like, do you feel safe? Are you okay? I was like, yeah, I'm watching a film. Like, you know, so that was really, really nice to see. I really appreciated that. I've not even started eating my grapes yet. But I don't really feel that hungry because I'm going out for lunch. So I don't think I'm going to eat my grapes. The night comes to an end and people start leaving. And you know, when bartenders start, like, collecting the glasses and, like, sweeping the floor. And you're kind of like, oh, we should probably go now. That's probably a sign we should leave. They started doing that. So we thought, you know what, we'll leave. It's been a really nice night. And this was the awkward part for me. Because obviously I was speaking to two guys. I didn't want to make one of them feel, like, less than the other. I had this really weird thing in my head. I didn't want to, even though I was interested in one of them, I didn't want to just, like, be like, you know, I was talking to both of them at the same time and both of them seemed, like, interested and both of them seemed, you know, and they said that they were friends for, like, 12 years or something like that. And I didn't want to I don't know, I felt really weird in that situation. I didn't want to cause any, like, drama or anything. Is that really big-headed? Is that, like, main character syndrome? I don't know. But I just felt, like, a bit weird. So the guy that I was interested, his friend went to the toilet and I was like, this is my chance. So I got his number, I asked Mr. Big Balls, like, I asked for his number, yes! And, yeah, we swapped numbers. And this is where my little heart, not in like a, oh, I'm in love kind of way, my heart sank. Because he said, shall we meet up tomorrow morning? And I was like, yeah, let's meet up tomorrow morning. Oh, I have no makeup with me. I don't have a spare change of clothes apart from my pajamas. and I'm going on a date with a guy that I find really attractive in the morning. You see where I'm getting a little bit self-conscious. So he makes sure I'm in a taxi. He like makes sure that I'm going to the travel lodge and not the really, really dodgy hotel. And he says, you know, text me when you get there and we'll figure something out. We'll see you tomorrow, or I'll see you tomorrow. His friend was not seeing me tomorrow. It wasn't like a throuple thing. But yeah, we'll figure something out basically. And I was like, okay, like bye. And then I got into the hotel. Everything was fine. I wasn't like murdered in my sleep. It was good. And then it kind of hit me. I was like, I have no makeup. I hadn't even thought about the day after. I think because I was so convinced that I wasn't going to find anyone, I just didn't think about the day after. The day after did not enter my brain at all. And so I hadn't packed any makeup, and I hadn't packed a spare change of clothes because I was expecting to just put my clothes from the night before on, get on the train, and then go home. You know, no one's going to judge me on the train. Well, maybe they will, but I don't really care. My clothes were sweaty. It was, again, the hottest day of the year. I had have to travel in those clothes, spend the whole day in those clothes, the whole evening in those clothes. They stank of sweat. They were awful. And then I was going to have to go on a date with a guy that I actually really liked in these sweaty, dusty, horrible clothes, no makeup on. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to take initiative. I'm going to take some initiative. I couldn't buy a full face of makeup, obviously. I wasn't going to do that. I did have some concealer with me to like touch up, some concealer and powder with me. So I put some concealer and powder on. That's all I could do. Then I decided to go to Primark and I bought a new just cheap top. I thought I need to because I stink and it is not going to be good if I stink of BO for this whole date. It would not be good. So I decided to buy a cheap top. It's a cute top. I like it. Like, it's not like something that I've just bought randomly. I will wear this top a lot. So bought a cute top. Love that. I felt a lot better. And so we had like our first date. Do you think it's a first date or a second date? Because technically we've already had a first date because we've already met at the event. But I don't know. We had a date. It went really well. It went really well. Oh my God. It went so well. I was not expecting. When I say I was not expecting that, I was literally going for the lols. Like, I was going to tell my friends some funny stories. Like, I was not expecting to meet someone. I text my friend that night and I was like, I met someone. What the hell's going on? Like, how is this happening? I've actually met someone. This is crazy. Obviously, like, I'm not saying that he's the love of my life. I'm not saying, like, I've met someone, I'm going to settle down. Like, it's very, very early days. But yeah, I actually met someone on one of, like, the first one as well. The first event that I went to, I met someone. It's been a really, really nice time, like, getting to know him. And, you know, it's just been really nice. So I got back on the train home, and we've been texting, and he's coming to my neck of the woods quite soon. And yeah, we're gonna keep seeing each other, which is crazy. I was not expecting. So Jordan Teresa, you're the reason that I got a date and that I'm kind of not seeing someone, because it's way too soon to say that. But she's the reason that I am in this situation. So if it all goes bad, it's Jordan Teresa's fault. No, I'm joking. But yeah, if you are single and you're like tired of the dating apps, I don't want this to sound like a sponsored video or anything like that. Like, Thursdays do not know who I am. But if you're tired of the apps, I'd really recommend it. It was so scary. I was so scared to do it. But I'd really, really recommend one of these singles nights. They do like speed dating as well. I know that they do. They do, like, just check around in your area to see if they do any of these events. And maybe you'll find someone, because I was not expecting it at all. Not at all. I ended up just doing my everyday makeup look recently with different base and cheek products. This is a look, right? I must have done this look about 50 times. and I'm still not bored of it. I still think it looks great. It's with my Pan That palette, and I just love this look on me. Normally, I don't like rehashing the same look, especially not 50 times. Like, Jesus Christ, that's a lot. But I will wear this when I just need to do my makeup, if I'm going out, if I'm teaching, dates. This was my date makeup. It's like the exact same. And I really like it. So yeah, I can't complain. I feel good. I feel really good. And obviously I know that this thing with this guy might not be my forever person. I'm not putting that like pressure on it at all. But I feel like this is such a better way of dating. Yes, there were some really weird guys there. Like, really weird. It's like, oh, this is why you're single. I got it. But there are some really nice guys there as well. There are some really, really... I don't know, I just really like it. As I said, I've never been like clubbing, I've never been out, I've never like met someone in that environment. So it was really, really nice to be able to do that, and it was really, really nice to just meet someone with some brains and some respect. And I think when you meet someone, finding them attractive is only like half the battle, and I've been stumbling on that hill, like the step one I've been stumbling on. But then you've also got to make sure you have the same morals, the same work ethic, the same love of dogs, the same like everything like that. And so far so good, you know. I feel really good about this, and yeah, it's just a really weird experience. I am finally speaking and kind of loosely dating someone that I feel confident with, and that has not happened for years. I feel good. I feel good. It could all crash and burn, but for right now, I feel really good. So all you members that were stressing about me on that night, I'm okay. I'm still alive. I'm still kicking. It's fine. And yeah, it was a really, really good experience. I'm so glad that I did it, even with all of the craziness that went on in the lead up to it, and even with everything like that. I'm really, really happy, and I'm really excited for our next date, which is in a few days. And yeah, I'm just excited. I'm happy. It's a really nice feeling. I used to think that my brain had like switched off from feeling attracted to people, because when you go on like 50 dates and you only find one of them attractive, it starts to get you down, and it starts to make me think that I'm the issue and that I'm the problem and that something in my brain is wrong. But it's really nice to find someone who I actually find attractive, to meet them in real life and to start something new with. And yeah, so wish me luck. Wish me luck. I feel good. I'm gonna go goss with my bestie now, and I'm gonna tell her all the inside scoops that you guys have not heard. And yeah, I'm gonna have a grand old day. Then I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna film my Pan That palette update, so definitely stay tuned for that, because this is gonna be a juicy one. I'm looking at it right now and I'm like, oh boy, it's a good update. So definitely stay tuned for that. I am gonna go. I'm gonna have a lovely lunch, and I'm gonna start my weekend. Woo! Weekend starts here! Have an incredible day, guys. Like and subscribe for more juicy updates. I'm sure I will update you if it goes well, if it goes bad. I'll just update you, and I will see you tomorrow for a brand new video. Bye bye!